Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have got a fantastic collection of Christmas Dazzle stickers. Most of them are pearl finish. Some of them are just a regular green vinyl. I can't wait to show you what I did with them, so come play with us. So I wanted to go through these a little bit differently and show you them card by card. So here we've got some beautiful pine trees. Gorgeous for your Christmas or winter card making or scrapbooking. And this has got a nice mint pearl finish. Now what I mean by pearl finish is it's got a little bit of a texture to it. It makes them really nice for peeling off. They just peeled right off, pretty sturdy. And then because pearl doesn't come in a dark green finish, we did have to add in, we had to give you that dark green, a vinyl as well for this one. And so, but it does have this beautiful silver edging on it. It is gorgeous. So let's show you what I did for this one. Got these beautiful light minty green trees. This is a slimline card, so it's 3.5 by 5.5 inches long. And what I did was I just cut some cardstock down, some white cardstock down to a little bit smaller, made a mat of gold metallic paper, and then I went ahead and did some inking on my white cardstock. So here we go. So for this I used 2 shades of blue. I've got Arctic Mist, my favorite color, and Blue Lagoon, also a very excellent color. So let me get my craft mat here really quickly because we're gonna get kind of messy. All right, so what I want to do with this is do sort of the darker color at the top and then kind of go down in behind the trees with a lighter color. And then I did some torn paper, some white cardstock down below. So let's start, I like to start with a lighter color and move into the darker color just because I'm going to be using one blender brush. You can get these at Paper Wishes. We have them in several different varieties, but I'm using the three one, the one that has 3 in it, and I'd like to use the larger one here. So I'm going to take the Arctic Mist. I'm going to start out pretty low right here. Get that on now. Prism, these Prism ink pads are water-based ink, so they are wonderful for adding a little bit of moisture too. So this is white ink spray. So when I'm all done inking, I'm going to mist this top part with a little white ink spray, and you can see it on the top there. And it just kind of, I don't know, just gives it a nice interesting look that I was experimenting with, and I just really liked how it kind of helped everything blend together even more. All right, so there's my Arctic Mist. Now I'm going to switch over to Blue Lagoon. The other reason I like to start with a light color and then go to the dark is that I don't have to worry about the lighter color transferring onto the dark ink, so I don't have to switch blender brushes. All right. And then towards the top, I want to get a little darker, a little bit more, I don't know, blue sky, night sky. Like that. Okay. And then I've just got some white cardstock, and I'm just going to tear it like this. All right, and if you can see, I've got a really worn kind of edge on the back because I tore it. Wow. I'm gonna get a drink of water. I'm tongue-tied today. Okay. I tore it towards me. All right, so what I'm going to do with that is that right about there, and I want to go up a little higher, so let's go like this. And you just tuck one behind the other and then glue that down. So let me get my glue. This is Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, which my coworker and friend Debbie and I love to use. It's great paper glue. It really sticks great. Oh, wouldn't you know, I got a little high there. Still a little high. Okay, it sticks great, but you do have a moment to get it off. All right, there we go. So then once I've got those pieces layered on there, so that's my snowy background at the base there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some of this white ink spray. Shake it up good. It's got a little ball bearing marbly thing in there. You really want to shake that up. All right, and then I'm just going to mist it from, oh, probably 6 to 8 inches away. And I want to go for this area right here. Stuff out of the way. Okay. Then you want to go in a little bit closer. There we go. And you see, it is just really kind of giving this great finish on there. I can't explain it. It's just lovely. And it gives it sort of a powdery finish. I guess that's what I'm looking for. All right, so now I'm going to clean this off. You guys know my rule about cleaning my brush before I move on to the next project, because inevitably I'll want to use another color. Hey, somebody didn't clean this mat the last time. Got yellow all over it. It's probably me. There we go. All right, so then once we've got that going, and I would let this dry for 5 to 10 minutes normally, then you just want to peel these off. And if you've never peeled off a Dazzle before, I like to start from the smallest end and then pull like that. And then what I'm going to show you is here, this tree is kind of extending off the edge a little bit. Just going to place it like that. And then you would just layer them and stagger them like that. But then you're just going to take your scissors, turn this over. This isn't sticking so great because it's a little damp. I think you'll get the idea. All right, and you just cut that even with the edge. Just a little fun tip, just to make it, I don't know if it's like, it's a little point of interest there. And then at the top here, took one of these little boughs, and there's a little pine cone in there, and I backed the pine cone only with some of the gold metallic paper and glued that on top of the little bow. Added some little snowflakes on there and you're good to go. All right, there's one card down. And you could do the same, I think, you know, with these dark green ones. Just maybe do your background, maybe the colors of the ink a little darker, a little more vivid. All right, so here we've got another one. This one is a ZFold card, a double ZFold card, actually. And this one, of course, has the beautiful little nativity on it. So these I actually backed with some paper, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with that. So here we've got 2 colors of the gold and the silver. They're both exactly the same, and you can mix those. So here I took a little stable and I used that in a silver finish, and then you've got the little holy couple here and baby Jesus, and I did that in gold, and then a gold angel. You can definitely mix those. Let's talk about the ZFold card. So for the ZFold card, I've got a 5 by 6.5 inch card, which I have scored down 2.5 inches over, so the center of the card. Okay. And for scoring, you know, there's a couple of different options. We've got the scoreboard here. And this is the adorable scoreboard. If you've never used it before, you place your card right in here on this grid, and then you take this bone folder, and then you're just going right down. You can even measure over. There's the 2.5 inch mark, and you just score down like this. You could also just use a bone folder with a ruler. So I'm going to attach both of the links to these down below the video, and you can check those out if that's something you're interested in. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold that over right along that score line. Okay. So now you've got the first part of your Z. And then this is about a 1 3/4 inch wide strip, and it needs to be the same width as your entire card. So in this case, this is a 10 inch wide piece by about 1 3/4 inch. And so I've gone ahead and scored this. You want to score it at the halfway mark. just like that. And then you want to score it again at the halfway mark so that you can just fold this back. And you just want everything to align just like this. So now you've got another Z, right? And this is the part that's probably the trickiest. Your inclination might be like, how does this work? And what you want to do is you want to turn that over. Okay, this part right here is going to get glued here. And this part right here is going to get glued right here. Let's try that. Oops, some more of my glue. You don't need a lot of glue. In fact, I tell people all the time, the more glue you use, the slippery everything is, and it slides around, it takes longer to dry, and you really just don't need that much glue. You need a lot of glue kind of on the edges of things that get handled a lot with cards, but as far as the inside part, no. Save yourself some time and money and don't use so much glue. All right, so I'm putting some right there, right here, right there. Oops, didn't need that piece. All right, so there, double Z fold. A really simple card to do, and yet it's just pretty spectacular. So for the background paper on this, I used flowing ink 12 by 12 patterned cardstock from hot off the press. And what's great about this is it's just got these lovely well, flowing ink looks of different colors, and I wanted something that was just sort of purpley and tealy and just sort of, I don't know, royal colors, and then that works beautifully for Christmas as well. So I cut those papers into just slightly smaller than each panel. So one here, here, one here, and then of course before you glue on this piece, and then you do these panels, and then you glue this on, and then you just add the little 3 kings with the camels. This piece right here, I actually took the stable like this, and then I just put this on some paper, some of the flowing ink cardstock, and then I just went around that, and that made just a really nice little area there. And then I foam taped this piece and the angel right there. I'm going to talk a little bit more about backing the Dazzles in a minute here. So yeah, fun and easy card to do. Impress your friends with a cool fold. All right, so I'm trying to keep track of all of these Dazzles here. There's so many. All right, so here is another one. This is the Holly. Once again, pearl finish and the dark green vinyl finish with the beautiful, this one has a, instead of silver, it's got gold edging on it. Gorgeous. So for this one, I did some coloring of my Dazzles, and backing them with paper first, and some coloring. So first of all, let's talk about, this is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. For the background paper, I just wanted to keep it really simple. So I used some Joyful Christmas patterned cardstock from hot off the press, and wonderful plaids in this. This is just a really fun one to use, so I just used the little red and white plaid. And then I just took a circle using some circle cutting dies, which I linked below. And I just cut a circle here. This is about a 3-inch circle out of some tan cardstock. And then I put it through the wood grain embossing folder from hot off the press, which I forgot to grab. And I embossed that, and that'll be below the video and the products used. And then I just took some roasted coffee ink, and I just did a direct to surface, just a little inking here, just like this. Dragging that, you'll notice when I'm dragging it, it's not completely the full surface. You can use the full surface. I just tend to lift one edge up a little bit. I don't know why. And so far, so good. It works well for me. All right, so you just ink that a nice dark brown. So it's really picking up that wood grain. And of course, I didn't use my craft mat under me. Now I've got ink. All right, so that is going to be the surface there. And then I've got some of these sweet little holly stickers, and what I did with those Just took a piece of white cardstock, and there's some right here that I already used, and I just peeled these off, and then I colored them using some Spectrum Noir pens. And so for the holly berries I used red, and for the actual holly leaves I used dull green. So for this, we want to zoom in a little bit, Steve. So for this, towards the base of the holly leaf, I used a dark, dark green. If you're not familiar with tri-blend markers, I should explain. There's 3 pens in one, and it's dark, medium, and then light. And it just gives this really beautiful ombre effect, but also just is great for blending. So if you're not an expert in coloring, I am not an expert in coloring at all. I just do the best I can. You know, I just kind of keep working at it with some practice. And I'm doing the middle color, and then the light color towards the end of the leaf, and I'm just going right in there and blending that in with the medium. Just like that. And then I just took my tiny little scissors, and when you're cutting out Dazzle stickers, tiny scissors are your friend. These are from Crafter's Companion. You can get them at Paper Wishes, and man, the right tool makes that job so much easier. And you'll notice when I'm cutting, watch the blade here, okay? I'm not turning my scissors. I'm turning the paper. First off, cut the paper small so you don't have this giant piece of paper. I don't know why I always do that. I always cut off a little bit. All right, there we go. Just turning it like this. And then where you have a little piece like this, where there's not much to cut around, it's really delicate, I just lift it up, lift up those little tendrils, and then just kind of go under it. Just like that. And just with some practice, it'll get so much easier. And then another little tip, okay, I've got a little white edge right there, kind of glaring on a white background. Take your marker, take the darkest shade, and just do this. Go around your edges. And look, you cut it absolutely perfectly. Okay, so that's what I did there, and glued some around here. These are just glued. These are glued. 1 or 2 of these are foam taped. Okay, a little bit of foam tape. And then for the berries, I colored them with the dark red. And then on top of that, we have this wonderful glitter brush. I think it's called Clear Sparkle Pen, but it's a glitter brush. And with that, you just want to squeeze the pen a little bit, and then this lovely clear ink with sparkle in it comes out. And I just sort of did a heavy amount on each one of those berries, and look how they're sparkly. And then I also wanted to mention we also have all kinds of greeting dazzles that are not included in this collection, but you can buy separately. And this is Christmas greetings, and it's got 3 different finishes and all these nice little Christmas things. So I just put the season's greetings right here. And then this comes with a border, so I put the border down at the bottom. So pretty fun and easy card to make, really. All right, let's see. Here's another one using, here we go. These are these wonderful little ornament. They're little baubles. And for the background on these, I used Poinsettia Passion cardstock with this beautiful, beautiful poinsettia. And then actually I used this black paper, and I just used the corner of it there. I also used the coordinating cardstock. I used a little bit of that red. And what I did with these is I'm going to take some of these. Here we go. And you will notice you've got one in gold and one in silver. And when you peel these off, these little inside pieces stay right there. So what I did is I took the gold one, and then I used the inside pieces from the silver. So I just placed this right here, and then took those little silver pieces and put them in there. And what I find works really well is this little pokey tool. And I'll put a link to that as well at the bottom. And you can just lift those up like that and then place them. And then here on this particular one, I lifted this one up and you can see it just left this piece, and then I just backed that with a little bit of red cardstock. This one as well. And then just glued the ones that had cardstock behind them, glued those. This one just stuck on there. This comes with a little bit of chain right there, a little chain dazzle. So I just cut that up and just added them, just kind of like they were extending from under the beautiful poinsettias, and just glued a couple little bows on there. The Warm Wishes comes from the pine tree set. I had an extra greeting, so I stuck those on there. Right. And this set is gorgeous. Right one? Yes, I do. This one is the Christmas Wonder, Merry Christmas. It's got ivy on here. It's got some really beautiful little Christmas baubles and things like that. So I'm going to grab another piece of paper. Here we go. And I wanted to show you, you can take, it works particularly well with the silver finish, but it works with the gold too. You can take some of this, like this one, this beautiful bauble, and put it right on here. Well, actually, I would suggest putting it on a craft mat. There we go, just like this, because you can take it and unstick it again is why. And then you can take your marker and you can actually color these with alcohol pens. Now they need to be the permanent alcohol pens like a Sharpie or these wonderful Spectrum Noir, but you can color them. You can tint this stuff, this wonderful pearl finish and the vinyl, to different colors, which makes it so versatile. So that one I just did a little bit of red on, and then just wait for it to dry and then just add a few more layers on there to make it darker. All right, so, and then this last one, ooh, got so many Dazzles sheets here. All right, for this last one, this card, I did a couple of different things on. Maybe we can zoom out a tiny little bit. So this one has what we're calling jewel fill-ins. If you can see on here, there's all these little circles, and they're perfect for using Jewel Dazzle stickers. If you're not familiar with Jewel Dazzle, here's some that are very well used. And what I did was, not only did I use the Jewel Dazzle stickers to embellish this beautiful tree, I also used my Dazzle stickers as a template or a stencil. And I'm going to show you how I did that. So what you want to do is take one of the snowflakes from your sheet here. Let's see. Which snowflake shall I use? I'm trying to use one that on a sheet I've already used. Here we go. All right, so you've peeled off one of these. Now, you want to take some of the sticky off of it. Okay, these are super sticky, so I'm just going to take mine and you just put it on your jeans or your shirt, and you want to take some of the sticky off. You still want it to be tacky though. And then you're just going to put that on your white cardstock, and then that's what I did here on this strip, and I just used purple and blue ink. Those are listed down below, and one of the colors is this Blue Lagoon. So I'm taking the Blue Lagoon. I'm just going to do a little quick demo here. That's not, yes, it is Blue Lagoon. I thought I got the name wrong. Okay. All right, and then you can just, because you've removed some of the tackiness, this is going to peel off like that, and then you've got this great stencil, and that's what I did to create my background right here. The rest of this is flowing ink, which I showed you previously. That's a great paper pack. You could still use this. It might need a little bit of glue on to stay permanently, or not. I mean, this one's still pretty tacky. And then I went ahead and I took my beautiful trees, and they've got these beautiful I'm just sticking it here. Got these beautiful little circles, these little baubles. And what we're going to do is take, you can either use your pokey tool or you can use the jewel picker right here, which is great. And what I like to do is I'm going to start off with a big one. So you take one of these big circles, your jewel picker, you just kind of stir it on there and it lets go of that. And you're putting these on the big circles. Oops, there we go. And then let's do a tiny one. This is teal mirror dazzle stickers and purple jewel dazzle stickers. Okay, and then you're just adding these. Let me find a little space right there. Like that. And just moving those colors, just kind of alternating colors is nice to do. Ooh, the jewel does not want to pick up with that, so I'm going to use a little pokey tool. And look, you just put them right here. Whoops. And so easy, and it's really fun to just sit there and watch TV and fill in these little holes. And then you're getting this beautiful tree. I actually put a few more towards the center as well. And then you've got the little corner snowflakes. I added some to those, and then around here as well. So a really easy card to do and fun. So to do this technique, you would need to purchase the Jewel Dazzle stickers. They don't come in this set, but they're really inexpensive. I think they're $2 a sheet, and as you can see, there's hundreds and hundreds on each one. So you guys, we've got a great money saver on this collection. If you're watching us on Paper Wish's Webisode page, you will look at the money saver on the right-hand side over there. And we also have a products used drop-down list right below the video, and you can just add those items to your cart if you want to pick and choose this and that. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we haven't forgot about you, so definitely look in the description box below this video, and it'll take you, that link will take you to paperwishes.com, where you'll see everything I just mentioned. And we also have lots of videos. We do 3 to 5 of these a week, so consider subscribing, okay, because you don't want to miss any of these, all right? So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.